Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. G's EV3 workshop. In video 8, we discussed how to find a black line using the color sensor. In this video, we will explore a technique to follow a black line and to do it smoothly. The added accuracy of a smooth line following my block can make or break missions that require a high degree of precision. Today's question is, how do we make the robot follow a line smoothly to improve navigation accuracy? You may have noticed my emphasis on the word smoothly. The reason is that there are some algorithms out there that result in the robot constantly oscillating back and forth. But a technique called proportional control, which is straightforward, can enable your robot to follow a line without those oscillations. This topic is covered in detail in the book on pages 62 to 66. Learning topics include looping constructs, feedback, proportional control, and my blocks. Let's start with the concept. What we're talking about is using a color sensor to provide feedback to a moved steering block so that it can follow the edge of a black line. Take a look at this figure. If the color sensor has been properly calibrated, which we discussed in video 7, then it will turn a value of approximately 0 when it is directly over a black line like this. On the other hand, it will return a value of around 100 when over a white line, like here. Okay, what if the color sensor is right over the edge of the black line? In this case, it should return a value of 50. This is our goal. So now let's talk about the requirements to make this work. If we want the robot to follow the edge of the black line, we must program it to steer so that the color sensor value stays at 50. Thus, when the color sensor value is about 50, the robot should go straight. We will use a move steering block to drive the robot. A common convention for the move steering block is to connect the left motor to port B and right motor to port C, then program the block's ports as B plus C as shown here. The steering parameter controls whether the robot goes left, right, or straight. Negative values cause it to steer to the left. The more negative, the sharper the left turn. Positive values cause it to steer similarly to the right. More positive, sharper right turn. A value of 0 causes it to steer straight. So, if the robot is tracking properly and the color sensor is centered over the edge of the line, all is good. But what happens if the robot veers to the left? If that happens, the color sensor returns a value that's greater than 50. Because the area under the sensor is more white. In response, the program needs to send a positive value to the move steering block steering parameter to make the robot steer to the right, back toward the edge of the line. Now, what happens if the robot veers toward the black line? In that case, the color sensor returns a value less than 50 because the area under the sensor is more black. Then the program must send a negative value to the move steering block steering parameter to make the robot steer back to the left toward the edge of the line. Let's put those three conditions together. If the color sensor returns a value greater than 50, the steering needs to be positive. If less than 50, the steering needs to be negative. And if equal to 50, the steering needs to be 0. So if we just subtract 50 from the color sensor's return value and pass the result to the steering parameter, that should just about do it. We can do that operation with a simple math block. If you watched video 6, Eliminating the Wiggle, you may recognize this technique as something engineers call proportional control. If so, you may remember that we need to add a third parameter to the math block, the gain. We need to change the mode to advanced for that, and the C parameter will be the gain. Tuning works the same for line following as it did for wiggle correction. Start with a value of 1. If the robot follows the line without oscillating, increase the gain by an order of magnitude to 10 and try it again. Repeat until the robot oscillates about the edge of the line. If, on the other hand, the robot oscillates right away, decrease the gain by an order of magnitude to 0.1 and try it again until the oscillations go away. Once you have a lower value that does not oscillate and an upper value that does, then experiment to find the largest value of gain that causes your robot to follow the line smoothly, that is, without oscillations. A high gain provides quicker correction, but a gain that is too high will cause oscillations. A gain somewhere between 0.1 and 100 has worked for scenarios I have seen before. Okay, let's start programming. If we start with a wiggle correcting forward to my block from video 6, we can make a line following my block with only a few changes. Copy the forward to my block in the project properties window and rename it LineFollow. Feedback will come from the color sensor instead of the gyro sensor, so delete the two gyro sensor blocks and the two gyro start variable blocks. Insert a color sensor block before the math block inside of the loop in measure reflected light intensity mode and route its output to the A parameter of the math block. Set the B parameter to 50. Remember, that is the value to be subtracted from the color sensor's output. Start with a gain of 1 for the C parameter. Tune the gain as discussed above. Normally, a value somewhere between 0.1 and 10 works well, depending on the robot's track, which is the horizontal distance between the wheels, and the diameter of the wheels themselves. A power of somewhere between 20 and 30 usually works well for the move steering block. If the power is too large, it may be difficult to do line following without oscillations. Once you have a power that works well with your robot's configuration and the gain in the program, I do not recommend changing it, so remove the power parameter from this MyBlock. You can do this by putting a LineFollow MyBlock onto a program line and clicking the Edit button. Near the top of the MyBlock Builder window, click on the X to remove the power parameter, then click Finish. The MyBlock now only has a distance input. Give it a try with your robot and tune it until it corrects quickly but follows the line without oscillations. To test this, try starting your robot at an angle to the left and then the right, and slightly off the edge in each direction to be sure it corrects quickly but does not oscillate. Also, if you want to be able to tell the robot which side of the black line to follow, the book describes how to add that as one of the MyBlock inputs. Remember, the web page is a resource to easily access any and all of the current videos. The page is organized like the book. The large blue font indicates a chapter heading. Topics in gold italics are live links to YouTube videos or printable handouts you can use. The red font indicates topics for which I plan to do a video and/or a handout, but have not done yet. If there's a particular topic you would like to see soon, or if you just have questions or need a little help, feel free to click the Contact Mr. G button at the bottom of the page and send me a note. Also, don't forget to update the comments in your MyBlock, including the name of the loop, and happy programming!